Episode 2. The weight of an empty seat. The classroom felt colder than usual. A chill that matched the heaviness in Daniel's chest and the ache behind his quiet eyes that May morning. The sun spilled through the windows, dancing on the wooden desks, but it couldn't warm the space you sat in. Your sister's absence lingered everywhere. The house had been suffocating that week, every corner filled with silence too heavy to bear. School wasn't much better, but at least it forced your mind to move. You sat in the middle row, squeezed between two girls who had been beside you since the beginning of the year. On your left was Mandy, with her neatly braided hair in the habit of humming under her breath when she worked. On your right sat Sofia, sharper with her words, always teasing, always laughing. The two of them had a way of pulling you into conversations, even when you tried to shrink away. "Daniel, why don't you have a girlfriend yet?" Sofia whispered, leaning over her exercise book, a smirk on her face. Mandy giggled. "He's shy. Can't you see? Your ears burned." You lowered your eyes to your page, doodling shapes and lines that didn't yet make sense. Drawing gave you cover. If your pencil moved, nobody had to notice how silent you were, how nervous you became when all eyes turned your way. The girls carried on, nudging you, teasing gently, and yet it wasn't cruel. It felt safe, safer than the boys, who only seemed to want to fight or push you around. The teacher stepped out of class for a moment, and the noise level shot up. Paper balls flew, chairs scraped, laughter echoed off the walls. You stayed in your seat, doodling more deliberately, now lines shaping into something that could almost resemble wings. Maybe an angel, maybe just a bird. Anything but the weight pressing down on your chest. As your pencil scratched the page, your sister S face slipped into the lines and curves you couldn't draw without seeing her laugh, without feeling her hand in yours, without the silence that followed her absence. The sound of her laugh, the way her hand had gripped yours when she was scared, toned, and then a silence. Always back to silence. You wanted to ask why? Why would God take someone so young? Someone who hadn't even lived yet? What lesson could possibly come from this? In your mind, it twisted and churned until it hardened into anger. If God was watching, then God must have hated you. At break time, you found your best friend, Michael, waiting near the tuck shop, his laughter already rolling through the air before you even reached him, a sound sharp against the quiet heaviness still clinging to you. He was waiting near the tuck shop, chubby like you, a permanent grin on his face that made it impossible not to laugh when he did. He had a joke ready before you'd even reached him. You looked like someone stole your lunch," he said, pretending to peek into your pockets. "Don't tell me you forgot it again, because if you did, I'll split mine, but you're getting the smaller piece." Despite yourself, you laughed. That was Michael's gift. He made the world lighter, even when it felt like it was caving in. He bumped your shoulder and grinned wider. "See, there it is, the famous Daniel smile. I knew it was hiding somewhere." The two of you sat under the shade of a tree, sharing chips, talking about cartoons, about which superheroes would win in a fight. For a while, you were just kids again. For a while, grief didn't have claws deep in your chest. But when the bell rang, reality returned. Back to the desk, back to the drawings that helped you stay quiet, back to the seat where your thoughts wandered to places you didn't want to go, and yet something inside you had shifted. Mandy and Sofia pulling you into their chatter, Michael refusing to let you sink. Maybe, just maybe, you weren't completely alone in this. You closed your eyes, gripping the pencil like it could anchor you. Somewhere deep down, you knew this was only the beginning of a long journey. And as you take that breath with Daniel, let this story continue to grow together with you. Hit that like button, don't forget to subscribe, and join us again on our next chapter of Echoes of a Broken Man.